It is a nice rainy fall November day. I want to go over our rainwater system. As you guys know, we get all of our water from the rain. So we collect rainwater off the top of our house. That goes through the gutter system down into a piping system, which you can see right there. And then that goes into our holding tanks. So behind this door is what we call the pump room. So you can see the pipe up there, that comes in from the south gutters. This side comes in from the north gutters. Through this pipe here, you can hear the water rushing through now, down to the top of the tank, and then into our rainwater barrels. So each barrel here is 2,500 gallons. We have 5,000 gallon capacity plus whatever is in the line. And I've been determining what the level is off of this little gauge I built. So all this is a 3/4 inch PVC with, I believe, a 1/2 inch clear plastic tube running inside there, and it connects down to my pipe right here at the bottom next to the pump. And I use this hair tie I put on there to adjust the level. So I will take my flashlight, shine it through, see where the level is at, and then I will put my hair tie wherever it was. So this is where it was at a couple days ago. So we're probably down about here right now. With this rain, it'll fill us back up. Hopefully it'll fill us up all the way. That gauge has worked pretty good, but I've always been searching for something a little bit better, something that I could see more easily. Ideally something digital that I could read on my phone or on the internet, check it that way. And after a couple years of searching, I finally found the right product. I contacted them and they're sponsoring this video. I'll go do an unboxing for you real quick and then we'll get to putting this in. Okay, here's what comes in your box. You have your instruction manual, which tells you how to get hooked up to the Wi-Fi and download the app. There's your power cord. It has a waterproof seal. It screws into the bottom of the device here. Then the device has this air tube. This is how it measures the level of your water through the air pressure. And then this tube will hook into the bottom of this weight, which keeps it down at the bottom of your cistern, or well, or septic tank, or fuel, whatever you want this to be used on. The instructions say you can pretty much use it on anything that's liquid. The first step is to take the cover off. The inside here we have a power and a status. The status is the Wi-Fi. So like I said, this is the Wi-Fi enabled device. They do have one which is non-Wi-Fi. This one's 200, the non-Wi-Fi is 300. It includes a battery pack and some other things to get you going. But because our system, or our water tanks, are right inside the house, close to the Wi-Fi router, this was the best option for us. Let's go ahead and hook up the power. So our power status is on, our power, and then the status is blinking saying that it's looking for its signal. So this sends out its own signal. When I open up the app, it asked to find devices. It found this one right away. Okay, it went through and it found it. Everything is connected and ready to go. So now I should be able to go in and get everything mounted up and then calibrate the device. Like I said earlier, that I was going to mount the PT level over on this side, this tank, the north tank. I'm going to switch it to the south tank so I have easy access to an outlet. And I can run the wire up right to the top of the tank where the device is going to be sitting at. So get this cleaned up, get the wire run, and we'll get it plugged in and get my hole drilled. I'm going to use a 5/32 drill bit. Looks like about the right size for that tube. Okay, so look at where we're at right now. I did go ahead and move the unit. So I just ran extension cord up, plugs in right there, tacked everything up. I did have the unit mounted right here, but it made more sense to move it over a little bit. I didn't want to put it out here on the outside one where it may get hit when people are moving stuff up and down under the attic space up there. So the hose, see, I routed it up and over, and it drops down right where it's going to go into the top of the tank at. Now, I did call them to make sure you can cut that hose if you need be, and they said it's just fine. It's based off the calibration of the air pressure in it. So if you have it set and then you cut the line and change, you'll probably have to recalibrate it. But after running this over and down, I may be at the perfect length. I don't know. We'll see. I may not have to cut it at all. It comes with a 13-foot hose on it to start. And then I'm thinking going over and down, I'm going to be probably pretty close to that. So I'll go ahead and get the weight hooked on, drill my hole, drop it in the tank, and then I'll be able to calibrate it. Great news, that rain filled our tanks up. So we are 100% full right now, which will make it really easy when it comes to calibrating. So let's see if I can do this without dropping any parts into the tank. Alright, down to the base. Well, that was dumb. I didn't drill my hole yet. So I'm going to take that off. Look like that messed anything up. So I'm going to drill my hole in the back of the rim here. And that'll give me really easy access if I ever have to service it. And I also ran my tube down right here close to it, so it should be really easy to get through. Again, I'm using a 5/32 drill bit. I'm not really worried if any debris falls into the tank because it goes through a debris filter as the very first thing. Okay, that's a nice tight fit. That worked out really well. Now it says in the instructions that this tube is disconnected on the other side. It has to be connected before you drop it into the tank, which makes sense because your pressure is going to be different. If that other side is unhooked, then when you drop it into the tank, all the pressure is going to be out. This being a sealed system, when this drops into the tank, the air pressure is going to build inside this hose. That's how it's going to tell us that the level is. Alright, let that guy sink. I'll just feed this in until it hits the bottom. Okay, that worked out pretty good. I'm on the bottom. Got a little bit of extra slack up in here. So I only would have cut off maybe a foot. So look back at my dashboard, I've got 143%. Got to find the calibration tool here. There we go, calibrate. So I'm at 100%. Calibration set. That was easy. So now if I go back to the dashboard, there, now I'm showing 100%. So that was pretty simple enough. So I'll get to test this over the next week or so. Before I get this video out, we're just going to see this go down. We've got rain in a couple days. So I'll be able to see the volume go down a little bit, and then we'll see it go back up. I'll show you guys how well this works. One thing real quick on the cover that I wanted to point out. It is waterproof, I guess, or it's water resistant, not waterproof. So if you're putting your device outside, your gauge outside in the rain, you want to try and protect it somehow. It's fine as long as it's not submerged. That cover that goes over the top of it is what makes it the water resistant. I am inside, so I'm probably going to leave the cover off. It gives me nice little blinking lights to look at, which is always fun. So I'm going to leave it off. The way I walk in here, I can always see that the power is on. Everything's working just fine. But really excited to see how well this is going to pan over the next few days as we use water to watch that level go up and down. If I didn't have a full tank right now, what the instructions say to do is measure where full is at on your tank and then measure how much water is in there, and then you can do simple math to figure out what the percentage full is currently. So we're at 100%. That rain this morning topped us off, so we're good to go. So I no longer have to use that little hair tie back there on my gauge. At some point, I'll probably leave it on there. I was thinking I would probably take that gauge off at some point, but this being an electronic device, could go out at some point. It does have a warranty on it, but if it does go out, I can always fall back on using that until I can get a new one ordered. But man, I've been looking ever since we put these tanks in. I was trying to find some sort of gauge that would tell me how much level is in there. This is what we came up with, and it's worked great. But the technology in this is going to be wonderful. I can view it on my phone, view it online. I want to get a monitoring system set up in the house to monitor our solar, the battery charge, the upcoming weather. Now I can get the level of the tanks, all that fun stuff. So at some point I want to get that set up here in the near future. But right now this is a big step forward. Okay, so I'm using the online version here. You can see we're at 98% full. When I started the system a couple days ago, of course, we were at 0. Got it on, shot to 100%, and I was trying to do some calibrations and mess around with things, which is what this dip is right here. You can see our water level throughout the next day and a half or so, slowly going down. I told Natalie and the girls to take long showers, and now they're doing laundry and stuff to see how much we could actually use, that we would have something show up, because we knew it was going to rain right here. So this is where it rained overnight, shot back up to 100%. Now we're slowly going down again. So this is a pretty cool setup. I'm on the premium account, so I can follow my stats for up to 2 years. I also have alerts here to where if it gets below 20%, it'll send me an email. Pretty neat stuff. I really like this setup. The depth of liquid is correct. However, the approximate gallons, we're still trying to figure out how to get that to be set right for my setup, since I have 2 tanks and things are a little weird. But anyways, that's not as important as this right here, this 98% full. This is what I really want to have and really wanted to see. So on my phone, this is basically what I see is this window right here. And that's what I want to have set up on the app. And then if I want to come in to get some greater usage, I can view the history on my phone. I can also view it through the app as well. So I can also download it there too. Another cool feature on here is you can actually share your information with other companies. So if we were on, let's say I had fuel for my farm and I had a fuel tank and it was getting low, this would automatically alert when I got down to 20%, would alert the fuel company. They would come out and bring me more fuel. So that's really cool. You can get this set up with the companies around you. Anyways, this is a really awesome system. I'm really thankful to this PT devices. The device I have is called their PT Level, and it's just super great. So anyone who has a off-grid or cistern or rainwater collection system like we have would really get some use out of this.